Hello and welcome to Sew with Christine. Here's a detailed tutorial on how to cut short pants. If this video is what you're interested in watching, do watch to the end. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe and share. If you want to get more updates on my latest tutorials, turn your post notification bell on. At the top of my fabric here, I'm going to mark my starting line, which is 0.5 inch. After marking 0.5 inch, I'll go ahead and connect all the points together. From the starting line, I'm going to mark the hip measurement, which is 7 inches, that is the hip line. Then I'm going to mark down the crotch depth, that is 11 inches. To get this, divide your hip measurement by 4. So after dividing by 4, I added ease to this. So if you want your shorts to be a bit loose, then you can add maybe 1.5 to 2 inches to your shorts. Afterwards, I measured the length of the shorts. Then I'll go ahead and connect all these points together. I'll rule the hem line here. The remaining space we have at the base is the hem allowance. After ruling this, I'm going to connect the crotch depth line like so. Next is the hip line. So we've drawn all the horizontal lines for these short pants. Next is to mark the hip circumference measurement. So divide your hip by 4 and take down the measurement here. Take down that quarter hip measurement also at the waistline here. Afterwards, connect all the points together like so. Next, I'm going to mark the half thigh measurement here. Okay, I added 2 inches to my half thigh measurement because this is a loose short pants. Then coming to the hemline, I'm going to minus 1 from the overall half thigh measurement here. So if for the half thigh I have 16 inches, at the hem I'm going to mark down 15 inches. Next, I will just connect these 2 points together. So the next thing I'm going to do is to draw a curve to connect the hip line to the thigh line like so. If you need a guide to help you draw a perfect curve, then from this edge come up by 1.25 inch, mark that and draw your curve over that marked area. At the center front here, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. Then I'm going to connect the side front at the starting line to this 1 inch that I have marked at the center front. I'm going to label this F, which means front. Then go ahead and cut out my pattern. So guys, we are done with the drafting of the front part of this short pants. Next, we would be drafting the back part. I have the piece of fabric that I'll be using for the back already laid out. I'm going to place the front over this. Then at the side here, I will ensure I have this at 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches away from the front piece. These 2 inches will serve as the allowance for this short pants. When sewing, I'm going to sew 0.5 inch on the 4 sides. 0.5 inch times 4 gives 2 inches. After that, I'm going to mark 0.5 inch starting line at the top part of this fabric for the back part. Then I'm going to trace out this curved part of the front piece onto the back one. On the tie line here, I'm going to mark 2 inches on this back piece. Then I'm going to connect these 2 inches downward. At the top part here, I'm going to transfer the starting line on the front piece onto the back part. So once I'm done transferring, I'm going to lift this front part up and draw a straight line onto this starting line. After that, I'm going to draw a diagonal line. I'll measure 1.5 inches upward from this marked line here. Then I'm going to place my tape this way and draw a diagonal line connecting these 1.5 inches to the side back. Then I'll go ahead and cut out the back pattern. So guys, if you have watched to this point and you've not given this video a thumbs up, please hit the like button so that more people will get to see this tutorial and benefit from it. And subscribe to my channel. You can turn your post notification bell on so that whenever I post new tutorials, you'll be among the first set of people to get notified. You can see what it looks like. Next, we'll be drafting the side pockets for this short pants. See the way I place my palm onto this piece of fabric? You just want your palm to fit into the pockets conveniently. At the top of this pockets fabric, I'm going to mark 0.5 inch for the seam allowance. From this half inch that I've just measured, I'm going to come down by 7 inches. This 7 inches is for the pocket opening where your hand would fit into. Now on this marked area here, I'm going to go inward by 0.5 inch and I'll do the same thing at the top and connect the points together using a straight line. I want the length of this pocket to be 12 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark down 12 inches. Then I'm going to place my palm this way. We are going to be drawing a curve using freehand. You don't need to use pattern for this. There's no exact method to doing this. Go ahead and draw a curve this way, touching the 12 inches at the base. Then I'm going to add 0.5 inch round the pocket areas. Afterwards, I'll go ahead and cut out my pocket pattern. The width of this pocket is 7 inches. Alright, minusing the seam allowances. Alright guys, the pocket is ready, and when drafting this pocket, you want to cut out 4 pieces of this. Here is the waistband. The width of this waistband is 5 inches. When it is on fold, it's going to give 2.5 inches. So we'll be using 0.5 inch for the seam allowance. We are done with the cutting process. Now let's proceed to the sewing process. We have the short pants pattern, only that we have 4 pieces of them. First of all, we are going to be stitching the pocket onto the shirt pants, onto the 4 pieces. On this side, I will lay this pocket onto this, and I'm going to measure 0.5 inch from the top, which is for seam. Then I'm going to come down by 7 inches here, which is for the pocket opening. Then I'm going to go inward by 0.5 inch. So it is on this 0.5 inch I will be sewing. I'm just going to rule a straight line from the top to the bottom part where I have the 7 inches mark. After that, I'm going to mark down 1 inch from the top part of this short pants, which is the waistline. I'll come down by 1 inch, and I'm just going to connect the marked areas together. Then I'm going to merge the 0.5 mark on the pocket to the 1 inch mark on the shirt and pin that down. I'm going to pin down this area as well. Once I'm done pinning, I'll take this to the sewing machine and sew from this part to this part. I'll do this for the 4 piece of this shirt. Now this is what we have here. I've gone ahead to join all my pockets to the 4 pieces. Next, I'm going to lay one part of the front pattern onto one part of the back pattern like so. Right side facing right side. And I'm just going to arrange my pocket so that the seam of the front and the back are in position. Then I'm going to pin that down. I'll do the same thing at this base here. I'm going to use my chalk to draw a line along the area that you are going to sew. So you are going to sew down this way. You sew onto the pocket area like so. After you're done sewing the pocket area, you sew through to the main shot all the way to the hem. Just go ahead and sew following the direction of the chalk. And this is what we have here, guys. I've gone ahead to do this for the other parts of this shirt. So you can see what the opening is like. You can fit your hand into this and it's very convenient. Our shirt is in two places now. What we'll be doing, we need to join them so they become one. Before that, we'll need to close these parts up. But before we do that, we'll need to cut out the excess from this. You can do that by folding the back piece over the front one and you just mark what's left, or you place it this way. After arranging this, you're just going to mark the excess on the back parts. So I'll go ahead and mark this out. After marking, I'm just going to cut along the marked area. I'm going to repeat the same thing on these parts of the shirt. I'm just going to mark out the excess on the back pattern and cut out this excess. Alright, now we are ready to sew this. So close this up, right side facing right side, and I'll head over to my machine and sew this place close. I'll do the same thing for this side as well. This is it, guys. I've gone ahead to sew these close for both of them. Now we are going to merge this together so we'll have our shirts. Bring these two parts together. Once you bring them together, ensure that their seam lines align. After that, secure them with a pin. Then just go ahead and pin all the way to the waist at the back part. Then you pin all the way to the waistline at the front part also. Next, I'll go to the machine and sew along these pinned areas using 0.5 inch. Okay, this is our shirt. It's looking so beautiful even though we aren't done with it. So we have successfully joined both parts together. Now we have one full shirt pants. The next thing that we'll be fixing is the waistband. So for us to get the length of the waistband, I'll go ahead and measure the waistline of the shirt. Whatever my result is, I'm going to mark on my waistband. I'll go ahead and bring in the waistband. This is folded into two. From the center, I'm going to measure down my results plus seam allowance. I'm going to mark this down at the top and also at the base. Then I will connect the points together. Afterwards, I'll go ahead and cut this out. Alright, we are done with the length of this waistband. Next is the length of the elastic band. Now for the length of the elastic band, I'm making use of 30 inches. So this is what it looks like on fold. I'll take this to the sewing machine and I will sew this part close. I will also sew this part of the waistband close. Okay, before that I'll go ahead and mark down my seam allowance here. So this is the place I'm going to be sewing on. Alright, I'm done sewing the elastic band and I'm also done sewing the waistband. I'm going to fold this waistband into two. I will fix this elastic band into the waistband like so. After fixing the elastic band in between the waistband like so, I'm going to close it up and pin it down. So I'll go ahead and pin the waistband over the elastic. While pinning, there will be a need for you to pull at the elastic band because the length is shorter to that of the fabric. The reason you're going to pull this is so that it can accommodate the entire fabric. So as you do this, you pin all the way. After pinning, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew along the paint area. This is it. I've gone ahead to sew this. Next, I'm going to stretch this band this way, and I'm going to turn it again and stretch. You have to stretch this to distribute the elastic evenly. Once I'm done stretching, I'm going to pin my waistband in place. So just watch the way I'm pinning this. You can add more pins to yours, okay? I'm just going to pin at different locations so that this elastic would be in place. Now here is how to sew this. When you take this to your sewing machine, you are going to pull this way. From one pin to the other, you are going to stretch this band out this way and sew. Okay, so adding your pins just make it easier. You see the way I'm stretching from one pin to the other. Then I'm going to run 2 stitches at the top and also at the bottom. Our waistband is ready. As you can see, I've gone ahead to run the 2 stitches, and next is to fix this waistband to the pants. So you really do not want to end this video without subscribing to my channel, hitting the like button and sharing. Please do that right now so that more people can view this and also motivate me to make more videos. So for this band, just pin one side to the short pants. Take this to the sewing machine and sew round. It's as simple as that. While sewing, you're going to pull the waistband so that it can go round the waistline of this short pants. You can see the way I'm pulling my. This is how you're going to pull when you are sewing yours. Now we are going to cut out the drawstring for this shirt. So I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches on this fabric. Once I'm done marking down my 1.5 inches, I'll go ahead and cut this out. Okay, so we have the string here. I'll go ahead and sew this. Okay guys, you can see our short pants is ready. Look at the waist looking so beautiful and neat. Come on. Okay, the next thing that we are going to be doing is to pass this drawstring into our waistband. Mark 0.25 inch away from the midline. Pick these parts up. That's the front part. Don't let what you pick up affect the back, just the front, and cut out this tiny little fabric off. Do the same for this side, very close to the midline. Then I'll go ahead and pass my string through the first hole all the way to the second hole. Please note that I've gone ahead to hem the base of these shirt pants. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial to the end. I'll see you in the next one.